Welcome to Defeat Type 2 Diabetes, your source for practical tips on healthy eating, weight management, exercise, and healthy living. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to treat your body like it's this incredibly complex, high-performance engine, because really, that's exactly what it is. Just like a finely tuned car absolutely needs premium fuel to run smoothly, your body needs sugar, specifically glucose, to power literally every single cell, from your brain all the way down to your muscles. But what happens when that vital fuel gets locked out of the engine and just starts flooding the system instead? Well, it causes some pretty widespread damage. Understanding exactly how your body uses sugar and why this delicate mechanical process sometimes just kind of breaks down is the absolutely essential first step to taking back total control of your health. So, let's dive in.
In this explainer, you'll discover foods that support healthy blood sugar management, simple recipes, wellness strategies, and everyday habits that can help improve your overall health and energy. Our mission here is simple: to educate, encourage, and empower you to take charge of your health journey. Because listen, small daily choices can make a huge difference over time. So make sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and join our growing community. Seriously, join our community today. Learn, grow, transform. You can head right over to school.com/Tyrannus Hall Bible College 1931/about. Together, let's work toward defeating type 2 diabetes, one healthy choice at a time.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're breaking our blueprint down into 6 clear, actionable steps today. 1. Understanding your body's engine. 2. Fueling for stable blood sugar. 3. The power of movement. 4. Your medical support toolbox. 5. Protecting your vital organs. And finally, number 6, joining the transformation journey. Let's get right into it.
Step 1. Understanding your body's engine. We're kicking things off with a bit of a diagnostic phase. We really need to understand what's happening on a microscopic, cellular level so you can take highly informed action.
So, the core difference between the two main types of diabetes really comes down to production versus response. Type 1, it's an autoimmune condition. It essentially acts like a broken insulin factory, where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the insulin-making cells. That means absolutely zero insulin is being produced. Now, type 2, which actually makes up about 90 to 95% of all cases, is entirely different. Your pancreas is still making insulin, but your body has kind of forgotten how to properly use it. Think of your pancreas like a thermostat in your house. In type 1, the thermostat is completely busted. There's no heat at all. But in type 2, the thermostat is working perfectly, blasting heat, but all the windows in the house are wide open. The house never actually warms up, right? And that leaves you feeling constantly fatigued while your cells are physically starving for the energy they desperately need to function.
Now, the underlying issue driving all of this is something called insulin resistance. When you eat, food breaks down into glucose. Your pancreas then releases insulin, which acts as this crucial master key to unlock your cells so they can actually absorb that glucose. Imagine for a second a grocery delivery driver bringing vital food to your apartment building. The driver has the food you need to survive, right? But the lobby doors are locked tight. Unless the building manager, which is insulin in this analogy, comes out with the master key, the driver is just stuck out on the street. With insulin resistance, those cellular locks have essentially become rusty. Your pancreas panics. It pumps out even more insulin just to try and force the doors open. And this overworking panic phase isn't a quick thing. It can last for years, silently happening in the background before you ever get a diagnosis, eventually leaving your poor pancreas completely exhausted.
Recognizing the early warning lights on your dashboard can literally be life-saving. You see, type 2 diabetes is like a slow-moving tide. Because that glucose is trapped in your blood, your kidneys have to work overtime to filter it out. And doing that pulls essential fluid directly from your tissues, which leads to those subtle symptoms like frequent urination and extreme unquenchable thirst. You know the feeling. Now, we've got to distinguish between genetic risks you simply have to monitor, like, say, being over age 35 or having a family history of diabetes, and the lifestyle risks that you can actively change today. Carrying excess fat around your waist, also known as central adiposity, is incredibly critical to understand. This isn't just passive storage, it's highly active inflammatory tissue that directly causes your cells to become insulin resistant. But here is the truly empowering part. Losing just 5 to 7% of your body weight can often be enough to drastically delay or even completely prevent the onset of diabetes. How amazing is that?
Moving on to step 2, fueling for stable blood sugar. Now we transition from the mechanics of the engine to the premium fuel your body absolutely requires to run smoothly day in and day out without overwhelming your system.
Let's talk carbs, because carbohydrates impact your blood sugar way more than any other macronutrient. Refined grains, we're talking white bread, white rice, those traditional pastas, they've been stripped of all their protective nutrients, so they hit your bloodstream like a runaway freight train, causing massive, damaging spikes in your blood sugar. On the flip side, high-fiber whole grains, legumes, and non-starchy vegetables operate completely differently. They act like a sponge. Your body can't easily digest fiber, so it drastically slows down the release of sugar. Imagine swapping out a highly processed white bagel in the morning for a nice hearty bowl of steel-cut oats. Those oats provide a slow, steady drip of energy that keeps your blood sugar incredibly smooth and stable, completely avoiding that dreaded midday crash we all hate.
And listen to me, you absolutely do not need a restrictive, miserable starvation diet to succeed on this journey. No way. The Mediterranean diet remains the medical gold standard globally. It focuses entirely on minimally processed, plant-based foods and utilizes extra virgin olive oil as its primary source of healthy fat. Just swapping out highly processed saturated fats for the Mediterranean diet's healthy monounsaturated oils is an absolute game changer. Instead of deep frying with heavy seed oils, try using olive oil as a finishing oil over some roasted veggies or a fresh salad. Making these simple, really delicious dietary shifts has been clinically shown to yield an incredible 40% reduction in diabetes incidence. 40%, that's huge. Now I want you to really think about this number, 65. A single 20-ounce regular cola dumps roughly 65 grams of pure sugar directly into your bloodstream almost instantly. Since it's a liquid, it requires absolutely zero digestion. It completely bypasses your stomach's natural breakdown process and just violently floods your system. That demands an immediate, massive, emergency insulin response from your pancreas, driving it dangerously closer to that state of exhaustion we talked about earlier. Simply swapping sugary beverages for plain water, sparkling water, or unsweetened tea is literally one of the most powerful, immediate upgrades you can possibly make for your daily metabolic health.
All right, step 3, the power of movement. Now we get to explore the absolute best free medicines available to you, completely without a prescription or a pharmacy copay. I'm talking about your sneakers and your bed.
Your target here is hitting 150 minutes of weekly exercise, combining both aerobic and strength training. Aerobic activity, like brisk walking or cycling, gets your heart rate up and burns up that immediate blood sugar. But strength training? That builds lean muscle mass, and muscle is actually your body's largest consumer of glucose. By building stronger muscles, you're essentially building a much bigger metabolic gas tank to store and shred blood sugar efficiently. Aim for about 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Remember to break up long periods of sitting every 30 minutes. When you sit for hours, your muscle cells basically go to sleep. Just standing up and doing a quick stretch wakes them right back up so they can start actively clearing glucose again.
But movement is really only half the physical equation, right? Recovery is just as vital. High-quality sleep is an essential pillar of metabolic health. Sleeping under 6 hours directly triggers stress hormones like cortisol, and you guessed it, that decreases insulin sensitivity and makes you violently hungry the next day. When you're sleep-deprived, your body chemically creates quick sugar for artificial energy, making it nearly impossible to rely on pure willpower to eat healthy. This is exactly why getting treated for conditions like obstructive sleep apnea should be a top medical priority. Your goal should consistently be 8 hours of restful, uninterrupted sleep to keep those appetite and stress hormones perfectly balanced.
Now, before we discuss medical treatment, I want to remind you that you are not alone on this path. Discover foods that support healthy blood sugar management, simple recipes, wellness strategies, and everyday habits that can help improve your overall health and energy. Our mission is to educate, encourage, and empower you to take charge of your health journey. Small daily choices can make a big difference over time. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our growing community. Join our community today. Learn, grow, transform. Head over to school.com/Tyrannus-Hall-Bible-College-1931/about. Together, let's work toward defeating type 2 diabetes, one healthy choice at a time. Let's move on to step 4, your medical support toolbox. Let's open up the medicine cabinet, shall we? We really need to reframe how we view prescriptions. They aren't a sign of failure or a lack of personal willpower at all. Instead, think of them as a highly sophisticated toolkit designed specifically to assist your struggling organs. Let's decode the pharmacy bag for a second. Metformin is very often your foundational defense. Imagine your liver as a faucet that's overflowing a kitchen sink. Metformin basically turns down the liver's sugar faucet so it stops needlessly dumping glucose into your blood. Then we have these modern medical marvels, like SGLT2 inhibitors. These literally block your kidneys from reabsorbing sugar, safely flushing all that excess glucose right out through your urine while actively protecting your heart function. Then there are GLP-1 medicines, which mimic your natural gut hormones. They effectively slow down your digestion, keeping you feeling fuller for significantly longer, suppressing your appetite and aiding in substantial weight loss.
And finally, if your pancreas simply retires after years of overworking, insulin injections are there to safely and synthetically replace that missing master key to unlock your cells and keep you alive and thriving. Step 5. Protecting your vital organs. While medications absolutely help manage the numbers, we must look at how thick, sugary blood erodes your body's plumbing over time, and exactly how you can put preventative armor on those vital organs.
Think about it like this. Sugary blood acts like jagged sand forcefully flowing through a delicate garden hose. Over time, this sand violently scrapes and destroys the tiny vessels in your body. We call this microvascular damage, and it can lead to severe complications like vision loss, kidney failure, and dangerous nerve damage in your extremities. It also causes macrovascular damage, which accelerates thick plaque buildup in your larger arteries, severely driving up the risk of strokes and heart attacks. Because this damage grows completely silently, in the background, your annual dilated eye exam, your kidney urine test, and your foot nerve exam are absolutely mandatory. Catching microvascular damage early means it can often be completely stopped in its tracks. Frame these appointments as empowering, non-negotiable investments in your future health.
Now I want to talk about the life-saving 15-15 rule for treating severe hypoglycemia because it's incredibly important. While consistently high blood sugar damages your organs over decades, low blood sugar can harm you in a matter of minutes. If you ever experience sudden shaking, intense sweating, or mental confusion, you must consume 15 grams of fast-acting simple carbs immediately. A lot of people naturally reach for a candy bar like chocolate, right? But that is a massive mistake. The high-fat content in chocolate dramatically slows down digestion, so while you wait for that chocolate to break down, your blood sugar is still dangerously dropping. You need pure, unhindered sugar, like half a cup of juice or specific glucose tablets that hits your bloodstream instantly to stabilize your brain.
And please remember, you do not have to fight this complex disease alone. Attempting to figure out perfectly balanced meal ratios, optimal medication schedules, and nerve protection all by yourself, that will inevitably lead to immense mental burnout. Surround yourself with a dedicated, highly trained healthcare team. Your primary care provider acts as the team quarterback, coordinating your overall plan. Your podiatrist will check for that silent nerve damage in your feet we just discussed. Your ophthalmologist will scan the delicate vessels in your eyes. Together with endocrinologists and dietitians, they form an impenetrable safety net around your health, ensuring every single part of your engine stays running perfectly.
And finally, step 6, join the transformation journey. As we wrap up this comprehensive explainer on your health, let's talk about the incredible community, the resources, and the exciting opportunities waiting to truly support you on the long road ahead.
First of all, thank you for watching. Please share this information with all your friends. Encourage them to subscribe to the Defeat Type 2 Diabetes channel where they can learn, grow, and transform right along with us.
And hey, are you ready to make some money today? Join our affiliate program. It's so easy. All you need is your name, an email address, and a PayPal account. Literally, that is it. Share, click, sell, and get paid. You can start making money today by visiting pmmoneymaking.com/affiliate-signup. So I have to ask, are you ready to take charge of your health journey today? You have the comprehensive blueprint, you understand the mechanics of your engine, and now it is absolutely time to build a healthier life. Thank you for joining us today. Join us next week for more exciting learning. Check Content tab here on our channel to enjoy